What is your name and what's your age?
My name is Brenda and I'm 18 years old.
Okay. And can you tell us about why you were nominated for the Community Organizer Award?
Yeah, I was nominated for community things that I did in community, like working with community, able to work with immigrants, new immigrants who don't know they don't know anything about America, because they face mostly a lot of new immigrants face cultural barriers, language barriers, and for me to be able to help them to kind of connect to the community, not feel isolated, not feel like isolation for them. So for me, it's kind of like bringing our community together, and for us to be able to talk about know your rights, because a lot of immigrants don't know their rights. So for me, able to inform them to be a part of community, not to all of us have to engage together as a one community. So for me, this is really what I'm so passionate about it, because I am an immigrant. I came here as an immigrant. I was so alone. I didn't speak any English, and I was so quiet student in classroom all time. So for me, since when I got that voice of speaking since I started speaking up, I didn't want to stop, and I don't want other immigrants face the same thing that I faced. Yeah.
Was there a moment where you realized that you were helping people, or you realized that you wanted to do that more?
I want to do that more. Like right now, I'm kind of working with immigrants, kind of sharing their stories. So we kind of put those stories together and put it out there in our way. Kind of I'm started creating a website. So it's kind of every student sharing their struggle, the reason why they came to this country. And as for me, I didn't come here come here just to live here. I came here for safety, because we have to leave our country because of war. And for me, just putting our story out there is kind of the truth about us. So it was really important for us to be able to share some darkest history, we kind of the darkest thing that we've been living on, to put it out there so people can understand.
What advice would you give someone who's trying to achieve their goal?
Keep going. Just don't, if you're really passionate about it, nothing can stop you. Just go out there and push it.
And what kind of advice would you give adults to encourage girls to achieve their goals?
Make sure adults to make sure to tell them that they have a voice. Their voice matter. Don't be afraid to speak up. We know that as a teenager, we mostly are afraid of consequences, and mostly that always prevent us to speak up, speak about stuff some issue that are facing in our country. So I feel adults should encourage teenagers or children to speak up, say your voice also matters. Yeah.
Why do you think it's important for girls to be recognized the way you were recognized tonight?
I feel it's really important as a woman, because a lot of sitting back to the history, women mostly are kind of put down. For me as a woman, to be recognized for what I do, it's kind of also as a woman, I want to show that I can do it. I can make a change to my community. As a woman, I would I'm really strong about it, and I want to say that not only men can do stuff, but women can also make a difference.
Why do you think it's important for people to volunteer and to be involved in making social change?
Well, I think it's really important to involve, because it's how we this is how we can work as a group, as a community, as we people together. I feel involving to volunteer a lot of stuff. Also, you learn from it too. You understand the differences, what's the issues, and how you're gonna make the solution to it. So for me, volunteering is just something that also for me learning, and kind of seeing stuff that I really probably want to make a change to it. For example, the homeless issue. So for me, I'm just for them, interview them, hearing their stories. And mostly some people usually think that it's alcohol sent them to be homeless. But that's not the true whole story. That's not all the true story. So for me, it's just it's really important to volunteer and learn from it. And that's how you can, improve to make change, or trying to I don't know, it's depending on how passionate you are. Yeah.
How did it feel when you received the award and giving your speech? Like, how do you?
I was
What was that
nervous.
experience
It was nervous because those like I also like for me also sharing my part of my story because as a refugee girl who grew up in refugee, it's just like putting out there to the people and said as an immigrant, I also can make a change. I wasn't born here, but for me to accept this award is kind of like accepting me as an immigrant. It's like you are also welcome to be a part of community. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.